afternoon or evening or whatever time of day it is, wherever you're watching from. My name's Ashley and this is Paper&Twine, and I am coming on very belatedly to do my art journal page for the Woolly Steph Art Club. And this month it is portrait. And I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep it quite simple, quite muted in colours. And talking of portraits, I've been doing some decluttering at my dad's house, and yesterday I came across this photograph. It's a passport photo of his father, my grandfather, who was called Charles Arthur Pierce. He was such a lovely man, and in a lot of respects my son reminds me of my granddad. I never heard him say a cross word, I never heard him swear. He was such a lovely, lovely man, and actually seeing this photo makes me realise how much I miss him, but I have very fond memories of him. Anyway, on with the portrait. Oh, and I've got a dirty fingernail there. That's not very nice for the camera, is it? Okay, so I'm going to create a little background first of all. So I'm going to get an acrylic block and I'm going to smoosh on the merest bit of peeled paint, quite a bit of antique linen, and a little bit of pumice stone. I told you it was going to be muted colours, didn't I? And then I'm going to spray with some water till I see the speckles. A bit more there. And I'm just going to, we've got a bit of blue on the block, but it doesn't matter. Actually, I've got a little bit more peeled paint than I would have liked, but you know, as Tim Holtz would say, don't freak, you freak, and we can blot out some of that colour. Now, what I don't have to hand is a stencil brush, but never mind, we will make do. We will make do with a little foam pad. I have got somewhere a stencil, and I've got this floral one, and I don't know why. I do. You're going to think I'm mad in a minute. I'm going to just do the merest little bit of antique linen, and a brush would be better. I'm going to get a brush, bear with. Talk amongst yourselves on the back row. Right, actually this might be useful, and I've just realised I need something else. I'm thinking about where I want it, because something is going to happen. No, I don't want it there, you see. Here will do. A little bit. Just there. I want to add just a little bit of interest to my background. There we go. Just a little bit like that. And actually a lot of that's going to be covered up. I can always come back and add a bit more. Now, I've just realised I do need to cut a piece of watercolour paper. Let me see if I've got some to hand. This is watercolour paper that I'm working on here in the cream, and yes, I have got some. That's good. Now I'm going to use my stamp platform because I want to make sure that I get a really good impression. Oh, I'm running out of space already. It is quite a grey, cold afternoon. The weather hasn't done what it promised us. It was supposed to be sunny and warm, but I've had to bring my washing in off the line. Well, Mr. Paper&Twine has. And, I want to add a bit of colour on here first. Bear with. We'll go with antique linen and pumice stone. I don't want any green on this. Yeah, Mr. Paper&Twine has brought the washing in off the line. And yeah, but he is, bless him, he's been up to Aldi and he's got the ingredients to make a beef stew in the slow cooker. And we've got beef, got stewing steak, onions, potatoes, carrots, mushrooms, celery, beer, if I haven't already said. And yes, it's smelling rather delicious. Carrots are in it. See, there's a little bit of blue on there. I don't know where the blues come from. I want a bit more speckly stuff going on. So I'm just going to go over all of that with a lot of antique linen and speckle and speckle. Yes, it's a bit wet, I don't know why. Sometimes I do my speckles really nicely and other times I don't. I'm just going to dry that off. There we go. Now this has come unstuck off my sticky. Let's just pop you down there and pop you here and you there, I think. Now I've got this very old stamp from, I think it's Visible Image, and I've seen, well no, you've seen me use this one quite a lot, but I don't think I've used this one in living memory. So I'm going to pop it on here over my colour like so. Pop you there. Let's close this. And then I'm going to ink up with Scorched Timber because it's not quite as harsh as black. Let's hope it works. And that's the reason I've used my stamp platform, because I can always come back in and restamp if I don't get a good crisp image. I should have used my new Inktense inks. I might have a play with them later on if I've got time. Let's just make progress a little bit. No, I don't mean make progress, I mean make contact. Oh, dearie me. Let's have a look and see what we've got. Need a little bit more around the nosal area and around the lips. Okay, we're going to go in and do another stamping. You see what I mean about the very dark brown just being a little bit less harsh than black. There we go. I'm happy with that. We'll trim that down in a minute. Now, I'm going to bring in my original piece, which I'm going to stick here. Make sure it is well anchored down. Remove this lovely stamp. And then I'm going to bring in another Visible Image stamp, which is this tree. And I'm going to place it like so. I don't mind if bits of it come off the page. And again, I'm going to stamp this in the Scorched Timber, and I'm thinking I will definitely have to do one or two goes with this, I think. You might be thinking, what's she doing? She's absolutely barking mad. I've used this stamp a lot. You can see it's a bit discoloured. Well, you could if that bit was in shot. Can you see it's a bit greeny around the edges? Right, let's put lid on that, and I don't know why that's not closing terribly well. Let's have a look and see. Oh, do you know, actually I am quite happy with that. So I'm just going to take this out. And we'll come back to you later because I don't need you now. That's very strange. I don't know why that, you know, it feels just a bit Not quite right. Now, what I need to do with this is cut it. Actually, I'm going to trim that little bit in my trimmer, like so. And then I'm going to use my long scissors and just cut round, leaving a little tiny bit of the white border. Just a little tiny bit. You could, of course, use a paper trimmer, but mine isn't to hand. And my guillotine is a bit too big. So just cutting it there like so. And here. You could hear a pin drop. There we go. Put those in there. Put you back in there. And then the idea is, this is the right way up. I'm going to kind of, you see I did that wrong. I didn't do it quite the right orientation. I needed a little bit of tree there. I suppose I could go back in again and stamp some more. The idea is that this looks like her hair. So let's do that. We'll come back in. That was my thinking anyway, guys. So if I just place this where I want it, it's going to go there like that. I can see that I just need a little bit up here. And this might be where it would be good to have this on a block so that I can just select the little bit that I want. Yes, I think that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Okay, come back in with my scorched timber. I'm just going to ink that little bit there. And if I get a bit of overlap, you know, I don't care. It's only paper, innit? Let's just bring this out. Okay, so it was there that we wanted some, and across here that we wanted some. A little bit there and a little bit there. That will do. By Jove, I think we're all right. And then you see that looks more now like she's got hair coming out of her head. That was my thinking anyway. I'm going to glue it on. There we go. Pop it there like that. And you see a lot of that stenciling has now been covered up, which I said would happen. Okay. Let's just make sure that that is stuck down. There we go. Now, I think I want to just... That isn't stuck down very well. Go that way. There we go. I think that's got it. Now, I want to just go round the edge with my vintage photo. Just a little bit round here. I guess I was trying to use a stamp for a purpose other than what it was intended for. Now, there's a couple of things that I do want to do, but I think I'm going to do those off camera and just come back to you. All I've done to finish this off is to back it on a piece of black card, which is 4 1/8 of an inch square. I've put the little Tim Holtz clipping Clara, because that is her name, And then on a lot of the ends of these little fronds, or well, they're branches, aren't they? But they're supposed to be the tresses of her hair. Excuse me. I've added little tiny dots of liquid pearls in Buttercup. It's a very, very old liquid pearl, so they're not kind of as globular as I'd like them to be. But that is my effort at portrait. Do please leave a comment down below. What do you think? And I'll be drawing on the 20th for the new prompt.